Welcome back, our never lost and always found breadcrumbs. I'm me.
And I'm Cheese.
And we're bringing you back for another edition of Will Ferrell Month with the Anchorman. Bob Burgendy is used to a life where he is worshipped as a news anchorman, but that is all about to change when a co-anch woman comes along, and she is definitely not a man, as Rob Burgendy would say.
Yeah.
A lot of kind of like misogynist humor, but definitely humorous in that manner. It takes place in, it doesn't really say specifically what time, but it's based off of a true story, roughly based, you know.
I thought it said that it took place in 1962.
Yeah, it was somewhere in that area. But,
somewhere in the 60s.
Yeah.
When things in the United States started to change.
Yeah. For the greater, who knows? No, I'm kidding. For the supposedly greater, as a woman, I should say, I guess. There's women anchormen now, anchor women, anchor people with anchors.
Yeah, there's
News.
all sorts. News.
We have director Adam McKay here with this movie, and I'm pretty sure, I don't remember any other movies he's directed. I guess I didn't look into that, but I think it was something that oh yeah. So, this movie is actually part of a Mediocre American Man trilogy. So this movie is the second part. So Adam McKay is also directed Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby. Sorry, I'm reading sideways. And then, of course, The Anchorman 2, which is the third one. So, definitely a lot of similar humor. I just like the name of it, though, Mediocre Man Trilogy, American Man Trilogy. But I didn't know any other movies he's directed besides that.
You just knew the two?
The three.
Had you seen Talladega Nights before?
Yes, once. Just once.
Oh, okay.
Definitely need to watch again. But I remember that it was mediocrely hilarious. Because it's part of the mediocre. My dad jokes don't fly sometimes. They sink in the ocean.
And just crash and burn.
Yeah.
In the ocean?
In the ocean. They're still on fire in the ocean right now.
SpongeBob style?
Yeah, SpongeBob style. Oh my gosh. What are some actors and actresses that you recognized?
Will Ferrell.
Bobby.
We got Steve Carell was in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Paul Rudd, which I did not technically recognize until halfway through the movie.
Yeah.
Because he's facial haired up, and I don't know when this movie was done, but he was in that transition from where he looks now, from where he looked in Clueless. And so it was kind of hard to tell at times that it was actually Paul Rudd.
Fair.
I don't know if you felt the same way, but I was just I don't know if I would have recognized him if they hadn't said it in the beginning.
I love this movie so much that I think this is actually a more natural look for me for Paul Rudd. I'd rather see him like this. I don't know, in the Ant-Man, I feel like he's too stock image to me. You know, it's like a cookie cutter printout, everyone looks like that. Kind of. I don't know if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, okay. So, I like this look. It's perfect for the time that it's in. And then, I can't remember if I've seen Clueless or not.
It's really funny. You should check it out.
Yeah. Maybe we'll definitely for the podcast. Or I'll watch it on my own like a big kid and not have the podcast force me to watch movies that I'm interested in. But yeah, I kind of think it's funny, him with a mustache. I think I've seen other movies with him with, a Cheetah Puff mustache. I call it a Cheetah Puff mustache.
But it's like a full-on goatee.
Yeah, I know. But I've seen him with, like, just the mustache part. And not the goatee. But, yeah.
It's definitely poofy.
Mm-hmm.
I also recognized Vince Vaughn. Who's, like, one of the... He's, like... I think he's the Channel... Are they Channel 6, or is somebody else Channel 6?
Oh,
He's one of the other Anchormen.
Yeah.
Jack Black was in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Ben Stiller. And, of course, the always lovely Danny Trejo.
Wow. Some of those I definitely had. Some of those I didn't. I also had David Koechner, who played Champ. Definitely a normal one in my books.
See, I recognized him, but I just can never remember his name.
I can remember his last name, and I don't know why.
Well, I mean, it's pretty unique.
Yeah, that's true.
Because he's also in 10 Things I Hate About You.
Yeah, and
like
he always plays that guy, kind of like that personality.
Yeah.
I love when actors have a personality and that people, like, search for that personality to play this role. Like, I like that, you know, it's using, like, the strengths. Even though it's also nice to see what roles they can stretch into, it's also nice to know, like, hey, I need this exact guy, and then you can have this, like, Rolodex of actors and be like, oh, I need that. Maybe it's called an Actidex instead of a Pokédex.
Oh. I was trying to figure out where you
I
were going
know.
with that.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, it's good. I was just like,
There was also, I don't remember if you said him, but there's Fred Willard.
Nope.
Which I don't even remember who that was now, because I didn't write anything.
Oh.
Maybe I didn't finish my notes. Harrison Ford was in this movie.
He was?
Yeah, just for a little bit.
Well, I don't remember that.
I can't believe you. I'm surprised you didn't even say that. Same with Seth Rogen.
Oh, yeah, I remember Seth Rogen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, no, I don't remember Seth Rogen. That was
What is wrong?
Which one was he?
Seth Rogen?
Yeah.
He was the cameraman for,
Oh, yeah, I didn't notice, because I saw him in the post-credits, and I was like, oh, I didn't even notice he was in this movie.
Yeah, you mainly only see him when, like, they're at the cat show, and What's-Her-Face is like, oh, let's just take this, like, give me this angle, and he's like, well, but the cats are cute, or whatever happens. I also wrote Luke Wilson.
He didn't laugh, that was the problem.
Yeah, that's true, he didn't. Luke Wilson was in this, but I don't remember. I think he was part of the other crew. They're, like, rival crew.
Harrison Ford. Who did Harrison Ford play?
I don't remember where he was in there for, like, a split second.
Oh.
He was, like, a little small, I'm here kind of moment.
Okay.
And I don't know if it was, like, corporate or if it was... I really don't know. I don't remember if you said James Marsden.
Nope.
He played Jack. He was part of the other crew.
The crew with Vince Vaughn?
Yeah. I recognized everyone in that one but Vince Vaughn.
That's funny.
Yeah, because I'm like, oh, I don't know who that was. I remember the name because I remember, like, looking at the cast list and being like, I don't really know who that is.
Have you ever seen the second Jurassic Park?
Oh, yeah.
Vince Vaughn's in that one, too.
That's my favorite Jurassic Park.
Really?
Yeah. Because
That's probably an uncommon opinion.
Yeah, it really is. I like the little guys.
Oh, yeah, that dude?
Yeah. But yeah, then there was so much more actors that I recognize. I just didn't have enough time to put them down.
Yeah, there you go.
But there were a lot of, kind of just like the idea with the Expendables, there's a lot of well-known actors in this movie just fiddle farting around.
Yeah, a lot of random cameos. Like the Danny Trejo, I had to, like, do a double take, because I was like, I don't know if that's Danny Trejo or not. Because he looked pretty young in this.
Yeah. Are you ready for a fun fact?
Sure.
Did you know Will Ferrell graduated from college with a degree in journalism, and he, in fact, anchored for the local news a few times before breaking into comedy? I said that.
Makes sense.
I said that in my anchor news voice. Did you like it?
Yes. It was very fancy.
Thank you.
I think a lot of actors who get into acting go to college first.
Yeah, more today than before.
Because I know that there's a couple of older actors who did college and then broke out into acting in some way, shape, or form. Like Christopher Walken. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you know who that is. Mm-hmm. He did. I don't know if you know what degree he got though.
College?
He got a degree in dance.
Oh, no man, I was close.
And then he got into acting, and now he's a legend.
Yeah, that's true.
Although I'm sure he would have gone somewhere in dance. Dude can.
Hey.
Wow.
When you act, you need to know how to dance sometimes.
Yeah, Patrick Swayze knows that very well.
Oh, yes, he does. And, like, I also feel that acting degrees weren't really a thing back then, and now they are. Like, you can get an MFA, a BFA,
Not that you need it, though.
Well, it helps you, like, build more skills,
yeah.
You know? And it helps you network.
Yeah,
because you can also create, like, even in college plays, those things can go far. Like, having those acting roles on your resume, or whether it's for set design or whatnot, it's just as valuable as going out there and getting a job, like an acting job or a set design job. Like, it still fills that slot. It's just easier to get because that's where you networked.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. But, also, to be a director nowadays, you need to have, like, a certain degree, and which is, I think it's an MFA, Master's in Fine Arts.
It's always interesting to me how credibility works. Because, like, back then, anyone could make a movie.
Yeah, for real.
Even now, like, there's a couple of people who just make a movie, and they're like, hey, studio, we came up with this idea, and here's proof that it works.
Well, I mean, for one, I'm still very excited for Markiplier's Iron Lung to come out. What?
I couldn't tell if you meant, like, a machine or a movie.
No, a movie. He has a movie. There's a horror game called Iron Lung, developed by, I forget the guy's name, but Mark Fishbach, also known as Markiplier, is making a movie based off of that game, using creativeness with the game designer. And, it's been trying to come out for a while. And I'm super excited for it because it's obviously going to be a horror movie. And it's such a cool game. It really is such a cool game. Because what it is you're in a submarine that's made out of iron.
Oh, okay.
And you're like, and you go on this moon planet that has a sea of blood to try to figure out what's in the sea of blood.
I honestly thought you were going to throw me a pitch like you're playing as this person,
a sick kid
trapped in an iron lung, and they're in a coma, and they have these crazy nightmaric dreams.
Hey, that sounds pretty good though.
Yeah, it does.
I'd watch that. How about you pitch that?
I'll just come up with a story real quick.
Yeah. Did you know that this film had been pitched to DreamWorks almost 20 times before, following the successes of the Old School movie, which was in 2003. I forget when this movie was. I think it was 2004 or 2006. And Elf. So DreamWorks had little faith in the film, doubting that Will Ferrell and Adam McKay could pull off an entire film based off of news anchors. The film grossed $84 million. Sorry, I can't read sideways. Domestically, and McKay had so much extra footage he was able to make the second film out of it.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And DreamWorks just passed right on it.
Well, I mean, after the success of the first one, you would assume that a sequel is...
Well, no, the Anchorman, the first Anchorman. DreamWorks passed, after Old School and Elf had been such a success, they didn't think that the Anchorman movie was going to be successful because they didn't think that movie could be sufficient off of news. But yet, they filmed so much, he made 2 movies, and they only had to add a little bit more to the plot for the second one.
Huh.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
That's very crazy. I mean, at the same time, though, if you think about it, it was probably a relatively on the cheaper end movie to make, considering that, like, most of it is just him sitting behind a desk.
Yeah. Set-wise,
and they're,
super
like,
easy.
in the office And then like the only other place you really see besides the street that could have been filmed at any warehouse is his apartment.
True. And they went to the zoo.
They did go to the zoo.
Which I don't remember if I put it in here. I didn't.
But the bears were all fake, though.
Yeah, I know. I didn't.
That was so funny.
I didn't write down the fact, but that zoo is an abandoned zoo that they were filming at.
Oh.
Yeah.
There were a lot of people there for it to be abandoned.
They were all actors.
I know, that's what I'm kidding. That's what I'm saying.
I think the most expensive part was the actors, and especially for all the well-known ones. I mean, that had to cost a pretty penny.
It was $2,004. I do wonder though, like, they were well known, but I wonder how well known they were. You know.
I guess that's fair. Like, they're not.
Because I mean, Jack Black is way huger now than he was back then.
True. He was still starting out with like school. What's that?
School of Rock.
Yeah, School of Rock. You know, I think that was around this time, and I don't think he was super big then. And then Nacho Libre.
I think all these other ones were though, at least the ones that I listed. Well, I mean, Paul Rudd wasn't like as
big,
huge as he is now.
And
just because I think Ant-Man elevated his career.
Oh, 100%.
To a point where really nobody doesn't recognize him anymore.
Yeah, and he's more serious instead of being more quote-unquote joking, even though...
Although I think of the Marvel movies, Ant-Man is like one of the more comedic ones, I think.
Yeah. Well, let's see. There's gotta be another comedic one. I mean, Iron Man, he's pretty much funny all the time. What? He is. He's usually just like, I make so much money and ha ha ha, everything's a joke to me.
Thor,
the newest one was kind of gaggy.
Ragnarok.
Oh, Ragnarok.
The one where he like goes to the arena, I think that's that one. It's been a while since I've seen him, so.
I haven't even seen that one. I'm so behind on Marvel movies right now. I'm at least 15. Haven't watched. Anyway.
Back to what we were doing.
Yeah, did you know that Will Ferrell's character, Ron Burgundy, was inspired by veteran Detroit WD TV broadcaster Mort Krim, who lived from 1978 to 1997.
That's not a long time to be alive.
No.
He's only like 20.
Yeah. Or maybe that's when he was a broadcaster. Maybe that's when he was a broadcaster. Because Ron Burgundy's character was like in his 40s, late 40s.
I don't know.
Also, do you know who Amy Poehler is?
Yeah.
She was supposed to be in this movie.
Oh, as the main lady?
I think so, yeah.
Well, I mean, the only really female character in this film.
Yeah, that's
besides
true.
all the...
That's true. True.
All the extras who are like, oh, you're so good! Oh,
Ron!
you're just changing the world!
But yeah, she was completely cut from the movie. I don't know why. I didn't go into detail, and I kind of wanted to go into it, but I was late for my nap.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah. But yeah, she was completely cut. How different the movie would be if she was in it.
It'd be Parks and Rec level weird, different.
I feel like her character would be too strong. Like, I know the whole point of... I don't even remember the character's name.
Veronica.
Veronica, thank you. She's very strong-willed, but I feel like Amy would have been too brute of a person. Because there was also a soft spot in Veronica, and I think the actress that was used, which I don't remember her name, she did such a great job at it that I feel like it just wasn't Amy's movie. And maybe that's what they saw too. They're like, nah.
Yeah, maybe they like play tested it and then it didn't work out the way that they thought it would.
Right, yeah, like the chemistry, whatever they did with Keanu and like everyone else that was to play Trinity.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had to do the chemistry thing or whatever. last awesome fact that I have is kind of like redundant because we do know that this happens, but we have like a lot of cameos that happen in this movie.
Yeah.
This movie is like filled with cameos, and some of them include Seth Rogen, Jack Black, Ben Stiller, Danny Trejo, Tim Robbins, Jude Apatow, Luke Wilson, and director Adam McKay himself. I don't remember where he popped in, but that's like half of the cameos. I didn't want to like put all of them down, but I didn't realize when I was writing it down how many there were until seeing it on paper and thinking, wow, that's why we only saw Seth Rogen for a little bit, because it was a cameo. That's why we only saw these people for a little bit, because it's a cameo. Like, I bet that was a lot cheaper for the dynamic of this movie to just pay for cameos than to pay for day rights or whatever for using them as an actor. You know?
Oh, yeah. Like them coming into set for multiple months, whereas like Jack Black's scene is literally just him kicking a dog, and so it's like the thing is that they could probably pay them a lot less because they weren't expecting them to be there for months on end.
Exactly. So maybe that's where they saved money. What were your favorite parts?
I liked the opening tagline because I thought it was funny. They were like, it was one of those where it said, "This story is based on actual events, but only the names and locations and events were changed."
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
How about you?
I liked that the dog was named Baxter, just because I think Baxter is such a cute name for a dog. But also just the whole conversation he has with Baxter. It's just so adorable that you're not crazy if you talk to your pets. You're crazy when you think they talk back to you, like the voices. But definitely, I feel like it's nice. It's like imaginary friend coded, but to kind of just console into this companion that you have with you. You know, I think it's adorable. And I just Baxter needed a bath though. Like, terribly. I kept looking at Baxter thinking, you need a bath. You need a bath so bad. You were so dirty. Oh my goodness. Take a bath. But, that was just, I love Baxter.
I love that he had a retainer.
Yeah.
Like, he had a sleeping retainer too in pajamas.
Yeah.
I thought that was the cutest thing.
He's so cute. I love
I honestly could not tell that he was super dirty.
He's so dirty. I knew, and the whole movie, it solidified for me that he was dirty, especially when he came out of the water.
Well, I mean, at that point, he had been in, like, who knows what kind of water in the woods for, like,
I know, but he was white. His fur was white when he came out.
Oh, I didn't pay attention to that.
So I was like, he was dirty. It wasn't just his fur color. Because I was just gaslighting myself the whole time, thinking, no, he's not dirty. Maybe that's just the color of his fur. Like, calm down. Ron would never do that to Baxter and not give him a bath. And then, lo and behold.
Well, I mean, the only thing he cares about is being Anchorman. So.
True. But I was holding out for him.
But, I mean, his dog does have a retainer.
Yeah, like, he cares about that, but not about anything else.
I can't remember. Maybe it was when they were talking about when Veronica first came to the team. One of the guys, when they were in the office, said that diversity led to a wooden ship, which led to the Civil War. And I was like, well, that's kind of funny. Maybe it was just Paul Rudd. Most of the stuff I wrote down was
his lines.
Paul Rudd just being weird.
Oh, like his cologne, like, Sex Panther or whatever.
Yeah.
That's smelling like clearing the whole office out and smelling just like dookie. I love that. That was a good part of mine. I also like the rivalry between the anchor crews. Like when they would pull up, they had their van in the park, like sideways on a trail, and they would pull up and like face off to each other. Or like later in the movie when they had all the channels coming after Ron. It's just so comedic. I loved it so much.
Wasn't Ben Stiller in charge of the Spanish? The Spanish
I think so.
crew?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. 'Cause that's the guy that's on The Office too, right? Plays Oscar.
No, he's not. I don't think so.
He's in that movie. He was in that crew. Which one's Ben Stiller?
The dude who's in Night at the Museum. He's the main guy.
Oh, yeah. Maybe he was. The guy that I'm talking about was in there too, though. He plays Oscar in The Office. Wait, no, that was the previous movie. Oh my goodness.
Wait, what are you talking about?
I'm thinking about The Proposal.
Oh.
I was thinking about that guy. That guy that I wanted erased from my memory is back in my memory. No. Oh my goodness. But yeah, Ben Stiller was part of it. Ben Stiller, man, what a guy. We gotta do a month of him. Just so we can
have some weird movies.
Yeah, just so we can watch Zoolander.
Oh yeah.
That is great.
Justin Bieber dies in the sequel.
I know.
They were talking in the office, and then they said that I think it was the female pheromones or something like that attract bears, and then like the weird one. I think Steve Carell said it. I don't remember the character's name.
Oh, Brick or
yeah, there you go.
Something like that.
And Paul Rudd just goes, and we don't want bears coming.
I don't know, just that dynamic. I know it's like some people think it's offensive, but I think it's really funny. And I think if you look at it in the right lens, it's inclusive. But like, if I wasn't so strong about my other favorite character, I would say he was my favorite character. Oh, in the sequel, he's my favorite character because he finds someone who's just like him, but like as a woman.
Oh.
And then, like, part of the side plot is them trying to get over their social issues to, like, be with each other, but they're both so awkward that they misconnect, but it's so cute.
Oh.
It's so cute. You have to watch the sequel. I also really liked Veronica and Ron just together. Like, any part that they were together was my favorite part because I liked the opposites attract kind of dilemma where like whether or not they're fighting or they're like flirting, but then it goes back into a fight. It was perfect writing, it's perfect acting, perfect pairing. It's like the perfect wine paired with the perfect cheese.
Every single time that he announced that they were in love, it reminded me of Buddy the Elf.
Yeah.
He's like, we're in love! And I was like,
well,
okay.
It was after filming Elf.
Yeah.
So.
It's very, very... I just did a very flamboyant arm gesture.
Yeah.
Like when he takes off the hat in Elf and just flings it.
I thought it was so funny that like he's doing the news and then he's like, me and Veronica are in love. I love her very much. Like he just starts going off about saying, I think he even said that they had sex or something like that, like on live television. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, that was a definite like. I like basically was like, oh Ron, and then later he was like, I'm sorry, I was just so excited. And then I was like, okay, now he gets the pass.
Yeah, he was just so excited. He needed to tell someone.
And he told everyone.
He told the whole city because that is who he would want to tell, which is sweet if you think about it. But after them just talking about how like, oh, let's not tell anyone.
Like, keep it professional.
Yeah, keep it on the down low.
I can't remember which one of the news dudes said it, but one of them said, when they're talking about approaching Veronica for the first time, is to like pick her up, Ron is like, does that strategy work? And then the guy he was talking to goes, 60% of the time, it works every time. And then he just like looks at him and he's like, that's just bad math. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. A lot of like silly lines in this. I love it.
Yeah, I was honestly impressed with the one-off lines. That's kind of where this movie got me. Yeah. Because it wasn't like, it was just a whole thing that I'll get into later.
I mean, yeah, the whole movie to me was my favorite. But when Ron and his crew do a quartet together, and I forget what the back, like why they were doing it. But I think for Veronica it was walking up, or maybe they were just having a quartet.
Oh, they were singing about what love was like.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, and they make, like, a fourth wall kind of thing where it's, like, it never happened because they're, like, arguing about it, but then at the same time they're singing about it. And I liked it. I thought that was a cool little addition to it. I also love singing. Like, in general, I love musicals. So when they add something, and the dedication for those guys to do that, and a quartet out of everything is so perfect for their pairing. Now I just wished that when, when all the crews were together, that they all had their own quartet.
They just broke into songs. They were slicing each other apart.
Yeah.
Like that dude who lost an arm to the fight and an arm to the bear.
Yeah, that would have been so cool if they're all just like, oh, or whatever. I don't know.
As they stab you in the eye.
yeah. Oh my gosh. Very cool. Also like the cat show.
Oh yeah, their cute little outfits and them running on the things.
Mm-hmm.
See, that would be the type of thing that I'd be like, yeah, sure, I'll go cover that. Why not?
Right. She just doesn't like cats, I guess. Fine.
It's cool. It's fine.
Cool.
It's whatever. It's okay not to be a cat person.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's 2025.
It's fine.
Anyone can be anything they want, I guess.
True.
Even a cat hater.
Maybe not a cat hater.
Cat disliker.
Okay, I'm okay with that. But, you know, I'll get you to like a cat.
Well, I mean, I already like cats, so you can't really argue with me.
I won't, don't worry. All you cat haters out there, I will find you. And I'll make you pet my cat, who I call my Philumpicus, because he's overweight, but his purr box is broken, so he sounds like he's drowning. He's so adorable, and he's so fat, and he just has a cute little tummy that you just want to rub, and he's a tuxedo cat, and he's double jointed, so his hands kind of like flap over, or his paws flap over, and so does his feet when he's on his back. It's so adorable. How can you not like cats? Like, what I can't even finish my sentence because I don't want to offend anyone. I can't. Tell me another favorite part of yours. I just can't.
I love that Ron was, I love when they were in Tino's bar, and he was just like, yeah, I just happened to play the jazz flute, it's no big deal.
Yeah.
And then he just like pulls it out of his suit.
Or it was in his sleeve of his arm. Like, he had it like...
Which is kind of weird. Can you imagine?
Right? Like, what? Okay. He's like, oh, no, I couldn't. Okay. And then he plays bad on purpose. He's like, oh, not in key.
Well, I mean, at the beginning.
Yeah. To get it in key.
And then she's like,
wow. I know, like, that gets her. Which is funny. Like, well, you know, that's fine. You know, people are into what they want. But it's the whole point of the movie, just to be so silly and quirky.
But I think it's plays to the part that she was considering, because, like, in her case, according to the film, she'd been in all these different production studios where all these different dudes are like, hey, you know, using the same tactics or similar tactics to what the others in the office were doing. But he's just like, hey, I just want to go get a night on the town, help you get to know the place better, and, you know, his bar is great. By the way, I play flute.
Yeah. Like, if you think about it, yeah, she would not expect that from anyone. So it's a raw, purest form of genuine entertainment. I mean, yeah, it's not trying to swoon her. Well, it is trying to swoon her technically, but not in like a way that she's expecting. She was blown off her feet, and you might say, did you blow into a flute? Oh, that was a good snap. My last favorite part was when Baxter was the hero of the movie after all, with the bears. It was a weird, like, little tangent in the film.
He just hung out with bears in the woods for a little bit, and it was cool.
Yeah, and then he knew one of the bears that was the zoo bear's cousin.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. Like, this is a little late to put some weird lore in here, but I'm all for it. That's fine.
I thought Baxter was dead.
Me too. Literally.
Like when Ron was like crying, like freak, what is it? The girl, ugly girl cry.
Oh yeah.
Where he's like ugly girl crying in the payphone. He's like, the man punted Baxter, because he threw. The thing was is that he threw his burrito into Jack Black's face, because they're just everyone on the Anchorman team is just like, yeah, whatever, littering. And they just throw garbage around. And so he's like, well, I'm not going to eat the rest of this. And he chucks it out the window right into Jack Black.
Face. Didn't even check to see if anyone was there. The irony.
And then he like skids his motorcycle. He's like, dude, you wrecked my motorcycle.
What's something you like? Oh, well, my dog. Well, I'm going to wreck what you like.
He takes it to an 11 and punts Baxter off of a bridge. And I'm
so
like,
terrible.
I'm like, how does that relate? Like, a motorcycle and a living thing. He punted a dog because of his motorcycle.
I literally said for my most hated part, or disagreeable choice, because I was writing it as I was watching it. So I was like, Baxter basically dying was my most hated part. And then I wrote a little note like, okay, he didn't die, but it seemed like he did. Also, and then I put also, Baxter seemed like he never had a bath, and I hated Ron for that.
One of my favorite things, though, is that Baxter, like, I love the fact that this movie was just kind of it was kind of like we'll throw whatever kind of comedic thing in here. Like, you could obviously tell that Jack Black was kicking a stuffed dog.
Yeah.
Because he, like, was holding Baxter, and then it transitioned to, like, a panned out version. And he was obviously holding, like, a stuffed toy.
I love when they do that. Like, that's my favorite humor. Or, like, when they try to say someone falling down the stairs or whatever, and you can see it's an obvious, very poorly made mannequin that's, like, a stuffed mannequin.
Yeah, it was so funny. I was just like,
gosh.
Well, that was... yeah, and then, of course, Baxter being alive was another favorite part, because I was like,
yes, I'm glad he was alive.
I thought he was dead. I was like, man, Jack Black just killed that dog.
It was a journey. I was like, oh, Baxter.
Animal abuse in films to a whole new level by punching a dog off a bridge.
Oh my gosh. But I'm glad he came out clean.
Oh, yeah. I love that the team was just like Ron jumping into the bear pit to save Veronica, and then the rest of the team was like, we gotta help him.
Yeah.
And then they just, like, instead of going to get someone who's, like, well trained with the bears, they're just like, let's go. And then they jump in. And then you just a similar thing where you just see, like, their bodies flying all over the place, and it's obviously, like, horrible mannequin.
Oh my
like
gosh.
Purposefully horrible mannequin dummies that are just flinging around. It's so funny.
That was a very good part. I don't know why I didn't write that down either, because it was just like, action scene, let's go.
Because what happened is that the Anchorman guy, like, bumped Veronica in, and I was like, well, that's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
What a way to end the movie.
Right.
And then she's like, shh, Ron, be quiet. And he's like, what? It's one of those classic things.
I can't hear you, Veronica. Let me come down there.
And then he's like, I'm coming in to save you. And jumps down, and then he's like, oh, we're in bad here. And then everyone, he's like, no, stay out. And then the person like, they wake up immediately.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. What's your favorite character?
So, I wrote down 2. One was Baxter, obviously. Best boy of the movie. He's an amazing dog. He's very patient with his owner. Man, Ron puts him through a lot.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's, like, integral to every part of the story. Because he's there for Ron in the beginning when he celebrates Junk. And then tragic thing happens with Veronica sort of, quote unquote, taking over.
Mm-hmm.
And that sort of ties into, his fury sort of ties into Baxter just being punted off of a bridge. Baxter comes back and is the hero
of the story.
Yeah, he saves everybody.
Man. Go for Baxter.
Yeah, Baxter's the best.
Is that your only favorite character?
No, I also wrote down Tino, which is why I asked you who Tino was before the podcast.
That was your other favorite character?
Yeah, he's the dude in the bar, because I recognized his actor.
Yeah, he's from Portlandia. It's mainly what I've seen him from, which if you haven't seen Portlandia, it's basically the same type of humor that this movie is. There's a bunch of different bits with all, like, these actors, including him playing multiple different roles and multiple different bits that's central to Portland, Oregon. And gosh, it's a great show, and he's a great actor.
I'm trying to remember what I saw in it.
There's a lot. I feel like
he's in a lot of films, but
yeah.
Oh yeah, he was in Easy A with
Mm-hmm.
Emma Stone, and I was like, oh, I love that guy. He's so cool. But then like, he's not really. I don't think I've ever seen a movie that he's one of the main characters, and so it was one of those things where I was like, Fred Armisen, where I was like, I love that guy.
Great guy. Oh gosh.
And Tino was such a fun character too, where he was just like, oh, Ron Burgundy, sir, it's good to see you in our club again. And he was like super nice, and even though Ron was a total jerk to him, and I was like, oh, whatever, Tino, get out of here. I'm trying to spend time with Veronica. And then he's just like, whatever you say, sir. Would you like to play the jazz? Would you like to play with our jazz? Tonight?
Yeah. Please, Jess,
and he's like,
please.
oh, no, not really. Actually, I'm just playing. I totally will.
Oh, I have nothing prepared. Pulls out flute.
Yeah, so I love that character. And, of course, Danny Trejo, always a legend.
Of course, you were going to say him.
He was the bartender.
Yep.
Who kind of sort of encouraged Ron. And then the dude, I don't know how that man managed to go into the bathroom of a bar. Something that is notoriously disgusting. Just in like, I don't know if I'm sure that in real life there's a lot of bars that aren't as bad, don't have as bad bathrooms as they're portrayed in film. Because everything is like over,
yeah.
Most things are over, what is it called? When something is like extreme.
Emphasized, overemphasized.
Yeah, overemphasized, thank you. How dirty bar bathrooms are, because they're probably pretty nasty with how much random garbage goes on, but at the same time it's like it's a bathroom, people clean it probably more so than everywhere else.
There's a bar I go to that I really like it because there's a mural in it and it's colorful instead of being like boring.
Oh, in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, there's still like carves of like names or people writing stuff, but it's part of the art in the one bar that I really like to go to. And another bar, it's like crickety wooden stalls, and it makes me, and the lighting's so dim, and it makes me have that feeling of like icky bathroom.
Yeah.
But
it's like blown out of proportion in movies all the time, where you like look at a bar bathroom and you can like see the gick that flies are all attached to.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I don't understand how that man walked in there looking like a hobo and walked out looking like Ron Burgundy.
He just took everything he had and put it on every time a bathroom is bad, it's because Ron went in there and redid himself, because he took his bad and put it on the floor.
It was one of those situations where he went in there and he like, you know how sometimes you go in the bathroom and you have like a stain or something on like a spill on your shirt, and there's like no paper towels in there whatsoever, so you just run under water and then like rub it as it's underneath the little heater thing.
I've never done that.
I totally have.
I don't wear long sleeve shirts.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
That's just happened to me in like rest stop bathrooms.
Yeah.
Where you're just like on a road trip and you spill something on yourself and you're like, man, I'm in a car. And then you're like, okay, next rest stop, and then you like rinse it off, and then you put it underneath the little hand heater that is supposed to like dry your hands.
I just imagine, just go.
That's exactly how it is. I just hold out my shirt or whatever.
Oh my gosh, that'd be so funny to watch. No, I've never experienced that. I just, if there's a stain on my shirt, I'm like, eh. But of course, you were part of a lot more professional conventions than I've been to. So I if I was in your position, I probably would be just getting everything I could possible to get the stain out.
I just did a lot of road trips as a kid. That was the thing.
Oh, that's fair. I didn't. I just didn't care. If I had a stain, it was my battle scars of the day.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, my breadcrumbs, if you may, of where I've been and what I've done for the day.
All right, how about you? What are your favorite characters? Because I'm sure you wrote down 50.
No, I wrote down like 2 technically, but one of them's a pairing. I've been really liking the fact that I do a pairing. Like, I don't like the characters as much alone, but I like them together.
Yeah.
So like Ron and Veronica, I like them when they're together.
But when they're alone,
I don't like. Veronica is I mean, she's a good character. I'm just saying she's not my favorite when it's just her, and when Ron's alone, he's obviously not my favorite. But when they're together, they kind of like morph into such a nice relationship that's so good for them. And then I lied, and I did put down Brick as my favorite character.
He doesn't really say much.
No, but I love his character, and it's biased because I've seen the second one.
Oh.
But he's so adorable in the first one still. Like, he's just so innocent, and they all, like, they're all friends with him, but they also, like, set him up for... Oh, like, when he walks up to Veronica, and he's like, Veronica, I want to extend an invitation to you to a party in my pants. And when she says no, then he goes to the guy that she was talking to. Yeah, and he's like, do you want to go to a party in my pants? And he's like, no, Brick. It's like, okay, but you're still invited to the party in my pants. I'll see you soon. Or whatever he says. And I'm like, oh, he's just so innocent. Like, he doesn't know, and I love that. And it's just adorable. He's just adorable. I love Brick so much. And Steve Carell. I love Steve Carell so much. Can never go wrong with him. Well, since I already talked about what I didn't like about it, I would love to know what you didn't like.
Well, I wrote down that the hated choices made, like, the things that I was just like, really? Why'd you do that? Using the Panther cologne.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, man, this dude's desperate if he, like, bought a random garbage cologne that everybody...
How did it smell? The disgustingness about it.
Well, I mean, maybe the thing about the cologne is that when it's on you, it smells like you're in a field of flowers and you're like the most arousing scent around. But then when it's and everyone was just like, oh, and I was like, Paul Rudd, no.
What if he put too much on himself?
Well, I mean, he only he did pretty much dump it down his neck.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, when you put cologne,
he's like, I'll get her, and then he's just like,
basically, chug on my body. Like, that could have happened too. Like, maybe it did work, but it was too much.
Yeah, because
maybe you just needed a little drop, you know?
Yeah, because when using actual cologne, it's like you put too much on. If you put more than a spritz on your body, you're just like, I feel like it's too much, but that's just because I have a sensitive nose. I was like, dude, what did you, So, maybe that was the situation.
Hopefully, for his case.
I did not think it was very smart for Veronica to sleep with Ron. One, she went into that evening going, I'm not going to be with this man because I have higher goals. And then she ended up sleeping with him anyway, and I was just like, really? You chose to put... I mean, I get it. Love before career. It makes sense.
But it wasn't for love. Let's get that straight. Them sleeping together wasn't for love on that part. That was definitely lust for that night.
Oh yeah, because they were, and even the prelude to it is that they were like, well, this is just gonna be a one-off thing, whatever.
Yeah, and then they fell in love with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, which was sweet. Don't get me wrong. That part is sweet.
But I thought that was like, I was like, dude, why would you do that? You just like, you're a woman who's like, and this was in an era where apparently it was like, I don't know. I didn't live in the 60s, so I'm just saying this, that it was tougher for women to actually get jobs because and be taken seriously and stuff. And so I'm like, that's the perfect way to get taken seriously in your career as an anchorman.
She literally says it too. She's like, I'm not going to be like everyone else. I'm not going to sleep my way up. I'm going to earn it. And then she sleeps with him. And then all of a sudden, it's not because she sleeps with him. Not at all. It's just because she took opportunities. But everyone else sees it that way.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, then you kind of just like screwed yourself.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah.
It's just like it's like pulling the wool over on your own eyes because you're just like, I'm not going to do this thing, and then you didn't have the physical willpower, even though you've been shoving off all these men your entire career.
And then you
that was
Ron
like the big
Burgendy.
part about it that I was just like, really?
Yeah.
Like she's just like, no man, because I want to be an anchorman. This is my shot.
And this is why I didn't like Veronica as a person, like just like alone.
And then all of a sudden she's just like, wow, goo eyes, and then slept with him, and I'm like, well, there goes your shot.
Right?
way to build up for nothing.
She even says a line where it's like, I don't know if you're good for me. I think she says something like that, where it's like, I don't know if I should be with you or shouldn't be with you, but I'm gonna try, or something like that. She says a line something like that, where she's like, I don't even know why I'm into you, but I am.
Yeah.
Just crazy.
I also, like, going along with Veronica's choices again, like, the last hated choice made that I wrote down was her writing on the teleprompter.
Yeah.
Just because he reads everything on there and he's like, how do I get in? And I'm like,
yeah,
that's stupid, because
he's low and petty.
He literally is just, like, throwing shade on you, like, not even on the air. Like, he did a little bit on the air, but not, like, to the point where he was basically, like, calling her a slut.
Like the Tits McGee thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all that stuff, and like, cause she jabbed back at him, and then throwing that at him, where she basically
ruined his career.
Told him to say F you, San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone was just like, Ron, you betrayed me. And I was just like, wow, that is the lowest of the low. Like, she went way lower than he ever went.
Way lower than Baxter murdering.
Yeah, exactly. Baxter being punted off the bridge. I was just like, wow, why would you do that to somebody?
Yeah. And she instantly regretted it. And then Ron's
And then even at the end, she was just like, it's just a whatever thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, really?
You
sent him into, like, a snowball for a month. Like, his own friends wouldn't talk to him because of the fact that they would get fired because he said that on the air.
Which is crazy. Because even if, like, let's say it was one of the... Remember how they prefaced another time where he says something as a question instead of an exclamation point?
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, oh, who did that, blah, blah, blah. Like, that person would naturally be at fault. But because it's Ron who said it on air, no one's going to be like, oh, this stupid teleprompter did something wrong. They're going to immediately think Ron. And exactly, they thought it was him, even though someone messed it up. Like, repercussions for your actions, guys.
And I mean, the thing of it is that they probably wrote the script knowing that he would read whatever's on the teleprompter, and then she actively went in and changed it before they filmed, before they went live, and so nobody probably caught it because it was already geared up, because I'm sure that the technology at the time, I'm sure teleprompter technology has changed since, but I'm sure that at the time they just had to, like, okay, we gotta keep it rolling so that they know exactly what to say. And I was just like, that was the moment when I got really, really disappointed with her character.
Yeah, I'm telling you, her alone, not my favorite character.
I thought that her, like, dismissing all the advances from all the guys was funny though. But, like, everything that was after that, I was like, really, girl?
You don't deserve Rob. Well, what would you change?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Oh, did you think I was going to do the outro?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Because you already kind of talked, I think you already talked a little bit about what you would change. I don't know.
No. I talked about what I hated. Now, this might sound very familiar, because it's on the same thing. But and I quote in all caps, what I would change is not having a dog drop kicked off of a bridge. Make him just get beat up instead or something. Where he would have been, like, in a cast, like a cute little dog cast, but no, you're gonna drop kick this dog over a bridge. Make me go through the torment thinking that he's been brutally murdered because he probably drowned, he probably hit a rock, he probably got eaten, his dead body probably showed up somewhere and someone got sad, and then you're gonna make me forget about Baxter and finally move on with my life, and then you're gonna show him come back to rescue the day and make me go through all these emotions again. No. Make Baxter get, like, I don't know, like, oh, I'm gonna just punch your dog in the face once or something. Like, I'm gonna cause cosmetic damage that you did to my bike. I'm gonna do it to your dog so that it just goes into a cast or something. Like, it didn't have to fake die. It didn't have to be drop kicked. It didn't have to, like, oh my god.
Maybe they wanted you to go through all those emotions.
No! This is that guy from, the proposal all over again. Like, this is I'm just as passionate about this. And now he's still in my head. But,
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
I'm just as
like
passionate about these two things.
Oh, that's funny.
What about you?
Want to hear something funny?
What?
The thing I would change is also about Baxter.
Oh my gosh.
The thing is that I was like, it's hard to explain, but the thing that I would change about the movie is how immediately Ron forgot about Baxter.
I know.
Because they were like, he calls the office to tell them that Baxter got punted, and he's like, ugly girl crying, super sad that Baxter was dead, because that's what he assumed. He was just like, oh, Baxter's dead, and the man punted him, like, couldn't even really talk to Paul Rudd while he was explaining that Baxter had been punted off of a bridge. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh, Veronica's going to be the main anchor on this next thing.
Yeah, immediately.
And then the rest of the movie he basically forgot about Baxter, and then Baxter shows up at the end, he's like, oh, Baxter! And I'm like, really, dude? You spent the last week or so not thinking about your dog, but thinking about how your career is in toilets because you said something on the air. And literally that would be the time I'd want my dog the most. And so I feel like him just completely forgetting about Baxter was like a major plot hole where I was just like, really? He loves his dog so much that he gets him little pajamas and a little retainer and just forgets him immediately when it comes to his career.
Yeah. Unreal.
Yeah.
Totally unreal.
So that's totally what I would change.
But did you like the movie overall?
Yeah, I can say that I did.
Oh, okay. I'm sensing some
I would probably put this one somewhere between a medium and a large.
Okay.
Just because, like, thinking about it before we did the podcast, before recording, I was just like, I don't know if I'd just go back and watch this movie really ever.
How could you say that?
Well, because the entire beginning, you know, after Veronica joined the team, I was like, this is giving me very Barbie movie kind of vibes. Like,
I guess that's fair.
I get it because it makes sense for the time period that they were trying to portray. But at the same time, I was just like, I don't want to watch another movie where it's like, women can do everything men can and blah, 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 and all this stuff. And I'm like, ugh.
You should have watched this one first and then the Barbie movie.
I think that yeah, honestly.
Probably.
Because I would have, all of the fun Ken stuff in the Barbie movie makes up for the fact that it, like, that's like the version, like, I feel like the Barbie movie is enough to where it's like, okay, there's a bunch of women, like, women are strong, men are useless garbage in here, but there's enough men are the patriarchy rules, and Ken has no idea what the patriarchy is, and so he's just kind of doing his own thing for the men, where it's just like kind of a nice balance. Whereas, like, I was like, she's just trying to get at him, and then, like, with all the low blows that Veronica made to Ron, I was just like, she's just trying to get at him.
Yeah.
Like, I get it that, like, he broke her heart, and apparently, and another thing that's blown out of proportion in movies is when, and sometimes, like, obviously there are romance movies where romance is actually, like, the main plot point, where there's, like, a breakup and it's tragic, but it's not to the point where one or the other is like, I'm gonna get back at them.
Right.
But, like, he broke her heart, and then they kind of kept going at each other, and then...
It was playful, and it was okay, but yeah, she went so far, way too far, that was just way too much. Again, there could have been a better way of, like, doing this twist where it was, like, quote-unquote too far, but this was so far that I almost hate her.
Yeah, and I felt like it was, like, a super low-blow move to, first off, do that, and then second off, be like, I'm head anchor now, and no one can do anything about it. Right. And I'm like, really?
Well, they could push you in the bear cave. That's what they could do about it.
Yeah, but they didn't do that.
I know.
The random other guy did.
I know.
It was like, oh, look at this ankle.
I also, and, like...
You said you love this movie, so I don't want to hear anything other than an XL.
Okay, well, I'm getting a bottomless, actually, just because the sequel is so worth watching, and I would watch this movie over and over again, okay? Okay? I like it more than the Barbie movie. I think it's just enough, because it's like a historical moment in life, or whatever, and I like the dynamic of it, even though Baxter... I can't stand that, but yeah, I also used to love watching the news. You know, it's a little bit more controversy now and a little bit more planted with how information is. But I used to really enjoy watching the news. So this movie kind of resonated with like my memories with my grandma when she was still alive and how I would watch the news with her and whatnot, or how we would talk about it. So, you know, I have a lot of emotions for this movie. So that's why I'm going to give it a bottomless.
It's super interesting though how much media can change just in 10 years. Because going from like the news, where that's literally where we heard most of our information, and where sources weren't as questionable because of the fact that they were trying to get the right information and make it legit so that people would stay on the show. Now it's just like, how can we get the ratings up? Because the internet is blowing away the news level of information, because really anyone can Google anything and find out if it's from a significant source that makes sense, whereas newscasters go on and they're like, well, we got to report about this thing because that'll keep people watching. Which is like why I feel that a lot of news groups forecast about like bad stuff.
Yeah, the whole fear factor.
Yeah, where it's like, keep watching because after this commercial break, you'll see our exclusive interviews with these people who survived this kid attack on a school.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nobody wants to hear about that because we know it happens and we know it's painful.
Yeah, and I could go on and on about like why I stopped watching the news, and like it's just so sad now.
Yeah, it's definitely changed. And that's half the problem is that there's a bunch of people who are still dedicated to that media outlet.
Yeah.
And so when you hear these sad stories all the time, then that affects your person, and then people become more negative based upon their sources of information and their sources of media that they watch. Like, it's actually been scientifically proven that if you listen to like garbage music, like, and I'm not saying like horrible music. They're probably great
just name
songs.
drops a bunch of bands.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that. Because I think that everyone's into whatever they want to listen to, but it does affect your psyche. And so it's one of those things where if you intake all this negativity, all you're going to think is like, wow, the world sucks. When in reality, if you look outside, like most of the world is just fine.
Yeah, it's beautiful. We're thriving. You can see a butterfly land on something. You can see kids playing. You can see other Baxters living their life and not dying. I mean, the possibilities in the world is endless and happy, and we're all okay.
It's just sometimes hard to see when there's so much pessimism around.
Yes.
And with that happy note, we're going to go ahead and wrap up because Baxter did live.
Yes, he did. And so will you guys.
And he's a super happy guy.
Dog.
Guy dog.
Guy dog. Dog guy. Dog man. As you can tell, guys, we did skip a week due to just overall sad feelings and tiredness. But it was a perfect time for rest and rejuvenal.
Good old R&R.
Yeah, good R&R.
Well, because of the fact that I forgot to prepare something, and the fact that we're doing this fun little mystery month where it's just sporadic movies that we feel like watching or having our co-host watch, we're going to watch Step Brothers.
No! Okay.
Well, thanks a lot for coming, and we'll see you in the next one when we talk about Step Brothers and the various odds and ends that goes into that film. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.